Mike. Mic check. 1, 2. Amanda, you ready to do this?
Sure.
Ready to give the people what they're fiending for?
I don't know.
Can you be a little more enthusiastic, please? I woke up early. You've been up for a hot minute. We're both tired. Just give me something, man.
I can't speak for the people, but, you're welcome that I'm back.
You can't speak for the people.
I
People
can't.
People have been speaking for you. The streets have been in turmoil since you've left.
Turmoil.
All 11
Hilarious.
listeners are like, oh my God, where'd Amanda go? Is Tim going to be permanent? Oh my God. Nobody said that.
Tim should be permanent.
Tim should not be permanent. I don't want 3 people on this fucking podcast. We already talk. We talk over each other consistently.
No, but I feel like it was better because you guys were in the same room, so you can see each other and the social cues, and you know when to stop and when to speak.
Well, that's always going to be better, but I mean, Tim is not an Australian female who is also melanated that can hit multiple target demographics that you're totally not hitting.
Well, I'm sorry.
I wish I could see gender stats. They won't show me gender stats because I want to see our
Probably
percentage.
just all men.
Most likely. Everyone that's hit me up. Just a fucking sausage party, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Sausage party.
I'm hoping Columbus, Ohio is like a cute girl or some shit, but they won't hit me back. And there's 7 of them. What's the odds that not 7 of them? Do you guys? Do you guys not?
When
fuck
you say,
with me? You know what?
well,
Nah.
when you say a cute girl from Columbus, Ohio, I just think of, when Peter Griffin got his lashes done and he was a cutesy little girl. I just imagine her looking like that.
You know what? Usually I would jump up and defend Ohio, but they haven't been hitting me back. So you could talk shit about them all you want, man. Hold on, let me. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give love to the other cities that have been repping pretty heavy. Hold on, let me pull the stats up. Okay, we got Ashburn, Virginia. They're on your ass, Columbus. I don't know one. No, I know 2 people from Virginia. They fuck with me. So shout out to you guys.
0.
I know you know 0. I would hope you know 0. Why do you just randomly know some dude or some chick in Virginia?
We got you from Virginia.
We got the ATL. Yeah. Shout out to the ATL. I love Atlanta. Atlanta's one of my favorite cities. The traffic is a bitch. The traffic is a bitch. There's not one back road in Atlanta. It's all highways. You have to get on the highway for everything.
I like Atlanta because I watch The Real Housewives and I like them.
And here's another example of Amanda getting her jaded and stupid view of America from some dumbass TV show, which the whole point of the TV show is to make fun of us and talk shit about us.
No, I love them. I love Atlanta. I love those women. They're just catty and fun. Portia's my favorite, by the way.
Cool. I'm sure all my friends that listen to this podcast would fucking love to hear about the Real Housewives. Are there fake housewives?
I mean, they're all fake because half of them are made of plastic.
Then why the fuck are they called the Real Housewives? Are there holographic housewives that I don't know about? Can I rent one?
You tell me. You would know about the fake ones.
I would know, yes, me. Of all people would know. And shout out to Lower Saxony, Germany. They've been listening a few times. I have a hunch of who it is, and I don't want to talk about it because kind of makes me sad. But if this is who I think it is, please stop listening. For the love of God, stop listening. Don't touch my podcast.
What did they do to you?
Please don't touch my podcast. I will tell you off air. I don't feel like talking about it on air. But do not talk to me.
I see Hawthorne, Victoria, still tuning in to listen. And I just want to know who lives in Hawthorne that's so interested in this podcast.
Amanda got one. Give her a round of applause. Yeah.
They keep coming back to listen, so I just want to know.
Oh, while I'm handing out applauses, shout out to Tim, man, holding it down. Thank you, Tim. You didn't have to do that. I mean, he kind of knew, but he was kind of surprised. I wanted him to act surprised, but he had listened to the Patreon. So he was like, okay, yeah, I know. Like, I'm coming over. We're doing this podcast. I told him wear something nice. He shows up looking like Tiger Woods and shit. I'm like, all right, bro. Polo down to the
Yeah,
socks,
I saw the first
khakis and
half
shit.
of the well, not the first half, but like the first quarter
I'm
of
working
the
on fixing the Patreon video. Relax,
video.
everybody. It's extremely difficult. My stupid camera that I that I borrowed, but I mean, it's not stupid. Shout out to Mike. I know he listens to this. I love you. Thank you for the camera, but for some fucking reason, this camera records in 10-minute intervals. And so
That's weird.
it's super weird. Like, it was a 27-minute video and it cut it up into 3 like bite-sized videos, even though it was recording the whole time. And it's a 64 gigabyte memory card. It should, excuse me, it should hold like 3-4 hours of content. And when I put it into my GoPro, that's what it says. It says 3 hours of content. But I don't know.
Interesting. Can I just say,
Yeah, go ahead.
you were hating on that French listener, but they're still here. They're still here. So, you know.
Well, the French, like I said, the French know they're not shit. Like, they're fucking assholes. But
But
I mean,
he or she is still here, and we appreciate you.
yeah. Shout out to France. Ferme la poche. You know, I don't know very much French, even though I'm Syrian. I like rejected all the French influence that you guys have had on.
I know zero.
I know how to say the Our Father because I went to a Catholic school in Syria for a brief moment, and they taught us French.
Interesting.
And I didn't give 2 fucks about French, so I didn't pay attention to that class, but I had to pass somehow, so I just kind of like winged it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't really know much from French. That might be my cousin. Very, very, very slim chance because I think they live in Paris. So they're not in Clichy, whatever the fuck that shit is. They're not in one of the islands de France. So I don't know, but shout out to you, man. You are a fucking trooper because I'm gonna continue to kill your ass.
Took it on the chin and kept going.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know what? They've heard our song. I'm not gonna play the song this episode. This is, a light and breezy episode. Welcome to episode 8, right? I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
All right, welcome
Correct.
to episode 8 of But Hey, What Do I Know? I'm your host, Joseph, and back thousands of kilometers in whatever direction you choose is my lovely co-host, the beautiful, amazing, I don't know, how else can I describe you? Give me an
Tired.
adjective. Yes, my tired co-host, Amanda. Amanda, how are you today on this fine Easter Sunday for you?
Yeah, well, technically, because it's 1:30 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, happy Easter.
Thank you. Oh my God, I got a frog in my throat. Thank you. It's been a hot weekend here in Melbourne, and it sucks
Really?
because it's autumn and it's 32 degrees, which I don't know in Fahrenheit. Let me ask Siri.
Yeah, go ahead and ask
what
Siri.
Hey Siri, what is 32 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
Cater to our American listeners.
Siri's not listening to me. But
Yeah, 'cause Siri only listens to people she respects.
I don't know. Siri just died. R.I.P. Siri.
Just fucking Google it. You're looking at a computer right now. I'll do it. Hold on. Wait, what is it? What is it?
89.6 Fahrenheit.
Oh, that's chump change here in
Greece.
Florida. That's nothing. That's a mild. That's some mild shit. Let's see. For here in
That's what autumn weather.
we're not having spring weather right now. It's fucking 40 degrees Fahrenheit. That's cold as balls for a
Fine.
Floridian. It's April 3rd, 4th. What fucking day is it? I can't remember. April 3rd. And I didn't participate in April Fool's Day this year. I was pissed as hell.
Why? Who does April Fools? Weirdos.
I do April Fools. The whole point of April Fools is for people like me that don't get to shine usually. They get to shine. I used to do some fucked up shit for April Fools.
I just think people that celebrate April Fools are a special kind of
Go ahead.
how do I describe?
Go ahead. Nah, say it to my face.
A special kind of weirdo.
Got it. This podcast
It's
thrives off of me being a weirdo, so I appreciate that.
it's not a proper holiday. Like who cares?
I'm not throwing a fucking April Fool's party. I just pull a few
No,
pranks.
but
What is up with you?
you're pulling pranks. It's just like,
I pull pranks always, though.
you know
April
what I would
Fools.
do
What would you do?
if
If
someone
you were
pulled
a
a prank on
weirdo and a
me.
piece of shit and you celebrate
No,
April Fools? Oh,
no, if someone pulled an April Fool's prank on me, I would not react. Like I would just stare at them and make them contemplate their life.
challenge accepted.
I wouldn't even laugh. I wouldn't even like scream. I'll be just like, what are you doing with your life to be pranking people?
You're not dealing with the average prankster, though.
Oh, but I am. Am I?
You're not.
Okay. Cool.
All right, let's cut the foreplay. Let's get to actual topics.
Ew, don't say that, you weirdo.
I knew that would get you all grossed out and shit.
Bye, I'm leaving. Let me
Bye,
go back
I'm
to the
leaving.
mountains.
I'm gonna replace you so quick if you leave. Quit fucking around.
God, please do.
Get me a Sydney ting. I keep saying that. I guess people from Sydney are a lot more loved in Australia than the posh.
No.
You guys twirl your mustache and shit in Melbourne.
Yeah, they do that. Full of hipsters
see?
over here.
All right, let's see. What do we got today? I wrote some shit I wanted to talk about, but how did you like the last podcast? Let's start with that.
It was great. I listened to it. I watched the video on Patreon and I listened to the episode and it was pretty good. I mean, towards the end, I'm not trying to be, super critical, but
No, go ahead. Be super critical.
the explanation that Tim went on to, like this little tangent of like the fraud department in Bank of America, I just kind of tuned out. I was like, oh god. Yeah.
Oh, so you don't want Tim to bring like education to this platform and help people not be frauded. But hold on. You would rather tell people about how much of a tryhard you are in school for almost the same amount, if not more time, right?
But I'm not educating them, am I?
No, you're not educating anyone. Tim
Exactly.
came on a platform and used it wisely because fraud is very serious.
Identity theft is not a joke.
Millions suffer every year. That's a goat show. I don't care what anybody says.
It's the best.
Are you talking about the British or the American version?
American, duh.
Okay, true. Because the Brits, they'll be like, you listen to the American version. That's Australian, but I can't do a British accent anymore. Now, like, after I kind of got an Australian accent, like, kind of figured out, every time I try to speak in a British accent, it just defaults straight to Australian. And it's whenever I say a vowel.
Okay. Sure.
I don't know. It's just,
If you say so.
I do say so. But hey, what do I know? All right, let's roll credits. All right. Let's actually get to some topics. I should get that as a drop. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But let's see. Do plants get you pussy? We talked about that. Heelys. Do you remember fucking Heelys? Did y'all have Heelys?
Yes, and I never did anything with wheels attached to it because I tried to get on a scooter one time and I face planted.
Scooter? Okay. I just want to make sure because y'all call shit some weird shit. What is a scooter to you?
It's the two-wheel thing that you stand on.
With the handle.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah, so how did you fall off a scooter? They're not that difficult. That's the easiest shit. I learned how to ride a scooter before I learned how to ride a bike.
Well, I don't know. I just have a terrible balance. Who knows? My center of gravity is not at the center. It's probably out left somewhere. So when I just got on, I stood on it and I just flipped.
You're not supposed to just fucking stand on it. You're supposed to give yourself like a little kick head start.
No.
You jump on it when it rolls. You don't just fucking stand on it. It's like standing on a skateboard. No shit, you're gonna fall.
I mean, I didn't stand. Like I stepped on it, it just flipped, and I was like, that's not for me. So you think
that's a great
from that, you
there.
think I could I could wear one of those Heelys shoes? You think I could do that? If I can't even do a scooter?
No, I do not think you would do that. I couldn't do Heelys either. How ass were Heelys, honestly?
All I could think of is you just like falling backwards, like flipping backwards. Are we talking about the same thing? Those shoes with the wheels?
With the one fucking wheel, yeah.
Yeah.
How ass were Heelys?
Who said that was socially acceptable?
Why did they make that a thing? Heelys are fucking terrible.
Absolutely. Oh, look, there's something we agreed on.
My auntie got me Heelys for my birthday one year, and I couldn't say no to my aunt because my mom would not let me say no to my aunt. So I was just like, "Oh, yay, fucking Heelys, thanks." And so
did she get you the one with the lights around the base?
She got me the pimped out ones. Like it had all the features. And I was like, "Damn, you could have just gave me this money and I could have bought something useful." But I was like, "All right, whatever."
Like Air Forces.
She was like, "Oh, Yusuf Habibi, this is the most beautiful. This is all the kids doing it. You're gonna do it too." I said, "All right, whatever." So I put them on in the mall, and I couldn't get the fucking running motion down. You're supposed to run and then like flip your heel up or some shit to like ride it, and I just couldn't do it. And I think I fell once, and I was like, "Nah, fuck this shit. Like, return this shit right now and give me my money." And like she returned it, she gave me the money cash. And I was like, "Dude, I'm gonna bust my ass, and I look like a fucking dumbass. So there's no way in hell I'm getting caught wearing these fucking Heelys."
Can I just say there is a wiki how to wear your how to use your Heelys.
Yeah, I might. You want to bring Heelys back? I might actually do that. Like, I want to learn how to actually ride the Heelys and like try to make them cool.
But can we talk about how disgusting? Like, you know, when you're walking normally with Heelys on, it's like you have kitten heels on.
And motherfuckers would wear Heelys anywhere, like at the buffet and shit. Like I'm at Golden Corral just trying to get my steak, and here comes this fucking dickhead white kid just whizzing,
clip clop,
whizzing fucking past me in these fucking Heelys, and he like crashes. He crashes into these people, and like their plates fly and shit.
But when they're walking, they're like little kitten heels for those old women. In church, they wear those really low kitten heels.
Yeah, they sound disgusting when you walk.
Exactly, the Heelys are literally kitten heels, but sneakers.
You know what my favorite part of Heelys was? You know what my favorite part of Heelys was? You could take the fucking wheel out and like plug it up with some rubber, and it'll become a normal shoe. But the shoe is fucking terrible. Why would anyone do that? The whole point of wearing this ugly ass DC Osiris ass shoe is so that you can like save
will yourself around.
No, so you could save like I don't know a max of 20 steps per walk.
But just think about how built your calves would be. Just putting your whole body weight on just your heels and your calves. In a Heely.
Yeah, that's you're gonna tear a muscle.
Listen, but I mean, people hate on black Air Forces. Can we just like switch that to Heely energy, not black Air Force energy?
No, because
that's even more disgusting.
No, because black Air Force energy is just pure evil. Heely energy is just you're just a fucking moron.
I mean, I never understood the hate because when I was trying to buy my Air Forces, I was looking at the black ones. I'm like, they're actually not that bad. Like they could go with a lot of things.
Okay, I do not care to explain to Amanda. So if any one of my friends would like to hit Amanda on Twitter at SMGSOUNDNETWORK or her Twitter handle at Amanda, her last name that I forget how to spell, and go just give her a brief description on why black Air Forces are just Satan.
But you never like explained it to me. I told you that I was looking at it, and you just said, "Don't ever speak to me again if you get one."
Yeah, don't speak to me if you have black Air Forces on. I mean, it's pretty simple.
But like, why?
Because black Air Forces, like people with black
Black
Air
goes
Forces,
with a lot of everything. What did I just say? I just did not make that. That whole sentence did not make sense. Black
yeah,
goes with a lot of things.
I have no idea what the fuck you just said. But there are lots of black shoes that are not Air Forces that go with a lot of things.
Vans, I guess.
Vans are the shit. That's all I wear now is Vans. I'm not buying no fancy fucking basketball shoe.
I busted
I'm not,
my knee
people know I'm
wearing
not
a Vans.
athletic. People know I'm not athletic. Like, I'm chunky as fuck. There's no reason for me to be wearing LeBron 15s, whatever the fuck the number is now. Like, and I'm not fly. I dress terribly. So there's no reason for me to be buying these fancy shoes if I can't dress. It's literally a t-shirt, some jeans, maybe some sweats, maybe some shorts, and some Vans. That's basically my closet.
I like Vans, but I tore my MCL and meniscus wearing Vans. So, you know.
Oh, so just fucking sue Vans. What are you, American?
No, I'm not an American. So
yeah, go ahead and diss our whole demographic since you fail to bring listeners in.
No, I'm just saying I'm not an American, so I'm not going to sue because you guys love to sue people.
Well, I'm proud to be American, or at least I know I'm free.
True. Very, very true.
Freedom is a myth.
Well, you say that.
But at least I know I'm free. Ow.
Whatever that is.
Did you hear me hit my head on the mic?
No, but you deserve it for being
cool.
a weirdo.
So, for the people that don't have Patreon, I've like rearranged my room so that it can be better suited towards podcasting. But this is like way more uncomfortable right now because I'm using my old wood table. And this wood table, I mean, I love this wood table. It's just super low. So I'm like hunched over and shit. Like, and I'm talking directly into the mic because I did this new thing with my mic to like reduce noise, but I gotta be like making out with the mic and shit. So
He's deep throating the mic.
Yes, I am deep throating the microphone. I'm gonna let you sit with that for a little bit.
No, I'll let you sit with that.
Okay, anyway, now that Amanda's done being a fucking weirdo, this table is very special to me because this is the table I started making beats on when I was like trying to be a producer. Like this table has been there for me when I was living in the garage when my grandmother was here. And the garage...
You were living in the garage?
Not even the whole garage. So 90% of the garage is storage space, and my mom and dad literally just threw like a couch and a desk in there for me, like surrounded by a whole bunch of
Not
shit.
even a bed?
No, I would sleep in my brother's room because the garage had way too much... It didn't have enough insulation, so it'd get cold as balls at night, and it would get hot as shit in the daytime. And right after I left the room, my dad, put an AC unit in there. So thanks, Dad. Fucking dickhead. And yeah, it was some bullshit though. But this table, I was in there making beats. I was like, okay, the garage, nobody can hear me, whatever. So I'm sitting there like tapping away on my shit. I had one speaker. I was mixing all my music in mono. So when I finally got like another speaker and I hooked them up in stereo, and I'd like spend all this time mixing these fucking beats, I plug them into stereo and they would sound terrible. So I'd have to remix all my freaking beats. But this table is there for it. It's got some scratches. I think the bottom's coming off or some shit, but it's been there for me. So I'm going to use it until I find something better. I have no idea what I was leading up to.
That's what they all say. They use you until they find something better.
No, but nobody tells you except for that Arabic dude that was clearly telling you that he only wanted you for sex or only wanted you for not sex. And you were like, oh my God. Like he was loud and clear. Like you cannot judge that man because he was the most clear man ever. Like he was not beating around the bush. He made it clear that he did not want you.
We don't speak about him anymore.
I just wanted that's a W for men because I mean women want us to be like clear when we talk and we kind of I mean I'm guilty of beating around the bush. A lot of men beat around the bush. It's like oh yeah I love you, but we're only trying to beat. He was very clear that he did not want anything from you except to use you up, and you you
And
still
he was just a hater because I just did not go along with his little schemes.
he was not a hater. He clearly told you that he only wanted to bone and you would not let him bone. And so he was like, okay. And so he dipped and now you're mad.
I'm not mad at him. He called me last week and I was like, thanks for reminding me that I didn't block your new number. So I blocked his new number.
Let the man bone, man.
You know, I'd rather die. I'd rather get stabbed by a spoon.
Do plants get you pussy, Amanda?
We've had this discussion and the answer was yes.
I know, I'm just messing with you. All right.
He had plans. Did that work out for him? No.
Oh, so that's what got you never mind, don't worry about it. All right.
Into plants? No, I've had
No. I was gonna say something completely different, but nah, I'm cool. All right, speaking of Heelys, because this is the perfect transition into like this topic right here. That's why I kind of like sequenced it that way. That's what podcasting is about. This is going to be the fourth wall podcast because it sounds like I'm like doing a parody of my own podcast right now. I didn't play the intro. I played a whole bunch of stupid drops, and now I'm just explaining to the audience how the fucking podcast works. But you know what? This is going to be fun. I'm going to make this fun. I'm going to make it worth your while somehow, guys. 90s fashion.
Keep saying that, but
90s fashion.
Okay.
How ass was 90s fashion? Be honest.
It's terrible.
The worst shit I've ever seen in my fucking life.
But it's back in fashion. Have you noticed?
I have not.
Oh my goodness. Have you been living under a rock? Everyone's wearing 90s and like Y2K shit. That's like the new thing, what are you, Gen Z? You're Gen Z, yeah. Gen Z people.
I don't know about Gen Z. I'm Gen Z.
I feel like choking you to death right now. They are like into that shit. They're like wearing 90s clothes, wearing those little thin sunnies with like the tiny little bag that's like serves no purpose.
That you were championing like 2 podcasts ago?
What? I'm not talking about a bum bag. I'm talking about a little handbag. The girls are carrying them around.
Okay, I don't know what's going on in Australia, but nobody here fucking dresses like that.
These are all Americans I'm talking about. What do you want about? They dress like this.
We don't do that. We don't do that
on Twitter.
In Florida.
Are you like not on Twitter and like?
No, I tell the people every podcast that I run the Instagram
social
and
media.
you run the Twitter.
Well,
I'm on social
if you
media.
follow fashion stuff on Instagram, that's what they're all wearing these days. That's like, it's back in style.
I wish the people could see my face right now.
So like you wearing skinny jeans is committing social suicide. That's like, ew, why are you wearing skinny jeans? But I can't wear those mom jeans. I have hips. So skinny jeans works for me because when I wear those like baggy mom jeans, they just look like it's not baggy on me. It's like tight around like my hips and like thigh area, and then it's like super loose down at the base, and it just looks like a weird boot cut, and I can't do that.
That's kind of weird, yeah.
I'm gonna stick to my skinny jeans that fits my body, like just shapes my body. I don't care. I don't care if it's everyone's hating on it and it's for old people and whatever. I don't care. It fits my body. I'm wearing skinny jeans. Sue me.
Okay, we will sue you. Let's all file a class action lawsuit against Amanda for just
wearing skinny jeans.
You piece of shit. What are you wearing? Skinny jeans? I don't know. But
you old woman.
You do give off. You and Joe are the same. You freaking you want to be 40 so bad.
I mean,
you are dying to be 40.
It wouldn't be the worst.
Nowhere near 40.
Please let me send you a screenshot of the ASOS Instagram page, and it's all 90s shit.
Amanda, I literally just told the audience that my wardrobe consists of t-shirt, jeans, and fucking Vans. I do not follow fashion. I don't give two shits about fashion. All I see is, okay, here's what started this argument. Not this argument, this little thought in my head. I used to talk to this girl, and we don't talk anymore because I kind of got pissed at her because of stupid ass takes like this. And she would go on fucking social media and she'd spew this bullshit like, 90s fashion was the best. And I'm like, are you fucking blind? Like, do you see the shit y'all were wearing in the 90s? Shit was terrible. She was a little older. She's not like super, super older, but older than me. So she lived through the 90s. She was like, not a teenager, but close to a teenager when the 90s ended and shit. So she like wore all that shit. She saw all that shit. Like, go back and watch Saved by the Bell, and that shit looks fucking terrible. Not the show. The show's all right, but like the shit they were wearing is disgusting. Like the fucking.
Let me go have a look.
Like the mohawk, y'all were like legit wearing mohawks and shit. Like the fucking weirdo pastel colors, but y'all were wearing them stupid. Like I like pastel colors. Y'all were wearing them dumb as shit. Y'all had that one little squiggly design that's all over the cups in the mall and shit. Like fucking Walkmans.
Oh no, that fashion is back in. I'm looking at the Saved by the Bell fashion, and that is it right now.
That's disgusting.
Dude, all the girls are dressed like this on social media.
The women.
And so are the guys.
I'll kind of give a pass for. The men look fucking stupid.
So are the guys. The guys are dressed like this as well.
Yeah, I'm saying the women look okay sometimes in 90s fashion. The men always look stupid. To me.
The men are wearing mom jeans as well with like... Yeah. This is what they're wearing. With like the button-down shirts tucked in.
Ryan Prax, I am talking to you, you FUBU wearing ass jit. I love you, Ryan. I love you. Don't kick my ass. But oh my god, Ryan, my friend Ryan was telling me, because Ryan's like a lot older than me. He was like almost double my age. Because we used to run the youth group together. So I met all those people like helping out in the youth group. And Ryan told me that he used to hit the club wearing FUBU and like all these brands that don't exist anymore. And I was like, dude, like low key, I would want to try some FUBU on, but like y'all must have looked so corny in your quadruple XL fucking shirts. Like early 2000s might be like second place for the worst style. Like,
and 90s, that's literally what's in fashion right now. 90s and Y2K is back in fashion.
That shit is terrible. I'm not wearing a triple XL shit and a do-rag. I'm not going to go around looking like Eminem. I'm sorry.
I'm going to send you photos. You think I'm lying, but this is like the...
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, ASOS is advertising this clothes for people to buy, and everyone's dressed like this, and it's just like, you talk about pastel colors, let me hit you with this. Let me just bless your eyes.
I don't know if you're going to bless my eyes, but yeah, go ahead. In the meantime, let's see. What else can we talk about? Yeah, okay, here we go. Photo. Okay, let me rate these. She looks all right. I don't like those jeans, man. I'm not a fan of that type of jeans.
That's like, the jeans that's back in fashion.
That's like the fake. That's what the fake quirky women wear. Like they want to.
And if you don't wear jeans like that, then you're old and not cool. Because skinny jeans are not supposed to be worn anymore. Apparently, we're all supposed to wear jeans like that.
This last chick looks like she has a wedgie. No, this chick looks alright though. What's
those tiny bags.
Oh shit, she got the at in there too. Hold up. Oh shit, I'm running a podcast. Hold up. No, I'll do that later. But
which one? The one in the mom jeans, or the one in the stripy, or the one in the strawberry?
In the stripo.
There's two stripy, the pink one or the blue one.
The blue one. You know what my type is. I don't like skinny women.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Fair point.
That's probably another reason why I hate the 90s type deal, because in the 90s and early 2000s, like, the super skinny anorexic chicks were in, and I'm like, what?
Okay, you see the fit I have in my profile pic? That is disgusting according to them.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, you are a fucking geezer.
So, I mean, and do I care? No. And do I have way too many clothes? Yes, I do.
Oh yeah, here's something I remembered. So, I was talking about a certain private school on the last podcast, and my cousin hit me, and she said, "Oh, what'd she say?" She said, "Oh, say our name next time." And I said Candyman on the podcast. The word of the day is Candyman. I love saying Candyman. I will say Candyman 24/7, 365. I don't care. Bishop Kenny High School. Y'all are full of Caucasian weirdos, okay? Since y'all want to give me smoke, I will not take smoke from Bishop Kenny High School. Are you kidding me? Except their basketball team. Their basketball team was nice. I don't know how it's looking right now, but back in my day, their basketball team was nice. And shout out to Grayson. I don't know where Grayson is, but he was one of their star players, and I went to church with him my whole life, so pretty cool dude, man. Tall as shit.
Grayson.
Tall as a motherfucker, like 6'11" or some shit. Like some crazy shit. Stupid tall. Stupid tall. His dad's like
short.
His dad is my height, and like his dad's like up to his belly button and shit. I'm like, oh my god, bro. What do they feed you?
And how tall are you?
I'm 5'9" on a good day.
Good day.
Yeah, go ahead and convert that to centimeters, whatever the hell y'all use.
I don't know, but I'm 160 centimeters.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't speak Italian.
Yeah, neither do I, but figure it out.
All right, so what the hell are we going to talk? Didn't you have a topic you wanted to talk about that you were super passionate about?
I'm not super passionate about it because I'm
Go
not
ahead. Go ahead and
married.
introduce it.
But I saw this tweet, and I saw it, and I was like, that's a good question. Let's discuss that on the podcast. It's Ven, that he used to work in TMZ, but now he doesn't anymore. Anyways, that's besides the point. He tweeted, "Your mum and your girl are beefing. Who do you side with?" So I ask you, your mom and your girl.
My mother. I've been through this before. I've been through this in almost every relationship I've had, and I always side with my mom.
Okay. But those are like fake relationships. They're not real.
Yeah, I know that.
Your wife.
Okay, wife changes some things. I'm still going with my mom. Depending on the argument. Like 99% of the time, I'm going with my mom. Because a wife means nothing now. A wife will up and leave over some stupid shit, but my mom's never going to up and leave. She might up and die one day, God forbid, but she's not going to be like, that's it, I'm not your mom anymore. And she's not going to like walk into a sunset with the credits rolling or some shit. Like,
what if your mom was so wrong?
Okay, the only thing I would side with my wife over was like an ethics issue. Like if my mom was racist or if she was like just overall hateful, then I would be like, yeah, mom's is bugging. But if it's about like who should cook the turkey on Thanksgiving, if y'all shut the fuck up and just rock paper scissors or some shit, like give me an argument, for example. Just throw something at me.
How to raise your kids.
Well, I'm going to think logically, and I'll go with whoever's most logical. And if my wife feels a way about it, I'll say, well, is it my mom's kid or is it your kid? Raise it however the hell you want. I mean, so what if my mom pisses you off? You don't have to, like, hate my mom to the ends of the earth or some shit. That's like me and you disagreeing on how to run this podcast. Like, so?
I mean, if we disagree on running this podcast, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I'm gonna fight till the death. It's your podcast, so I'm not gonna argue.
It's the same type of deal. Like, it's your kid. So what if somebody gives you a suggestion and you don't like it? Just don't do the suggestion. Like, why does it have to be a big ass fucking fight? You know? Like, it's not my mom's kid. My mom can, you know, if she wants to instill something in my child, she can do that when he's at mom's house or she's at mom's house. You know, like,
Cool.
give me something.
Really?
Give me something a little more difficult.
Wait. Hold on.
Something a little more difficult.
No.
Yeah.
You would let your mom
Uh-huh.
do the opposite of what your wife was doing if the kid was at your mom's house and your wife wasn't there.
Well, define raising my kid.
I mean, for example, if your wife was like, they're not going to eat this type of foods, and you take them over to their grandmother's house, and the mom brought the food over, prepared, and then you would still
of extra shit in this argument. But go ahead.
No, but you're saying that if they're at their grandmother's house, she can do whatever she wants because they're with her, and then when they're with the mom. Yes, you did. That's what
I said. Whatever values that my mom wants to instill, if my wife does not want to instill them in my child, my mom can do that. Like, if my mom wants to teach my kid how to pray or something, and my wife is not teaching them how to pray, and my wife doesn't want my kids to pray, fuck that. Go pray with grandma. That's what my mom and dad used to do. I didn't pray with my mom and dad.
Even if they're not of the same religion, you would still go against your wife to let your mom.
Well, that's an easy fix. I'm not going to marry anyone who's not my religion. Why would I put myself through that? What if she's not religious? That's her problem.
Yeah.
You're marrying me knowing that I'm Catholic and I'm religious, so my kids are going to be Catholic and religious. And if we're going to argue about religion, I'm not going to get in that marriage. There's no point in getting in that marriage because I don't have time to beef with something as petty and as impossible as religion. You can't prove your religion to anything else. You can't come to a conclusion on religion. So it's just going to be an argument till the end of time. So I'm not even going to put myself through that.
Listen, if my partner is not religious, I'm not going to be like, okay, I'm not going to go out of my way to take my kids to something that would just, I don't know. I just feel like it's a bit weird, that whole situation of letting your mom or your dad or whatever, or your parents raise your child in a particular way that they want to when your partner's not there, because I feel like that is just beyond disrespectful.
Not really, unless it's going against. Define raising your kid. That's what I'm trying to, is she teaching them, valuable life lessons or some shit that only a grandmother could teach, even though my wife doesn't want them? Is it something petty, or is my mom teaching them to hate races or, do some bullshit like that? Yeah, sure. Then no, mom.
No, you can look after them, or you can whatever. But I don't need you to raise them
What does raise mean? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know.
Raising takes a really long time. I can't.
Yeah, I know, but
at grandma's one day, and I've changed their life forever. You know,
for example, I read this thing where this lady, she dropped off her. Okay, this is not raising, but this is going against whatever. She dropped her son off at the grandmother's, right? And the grandmother took the little boy to get a haircut. And he was supposed to have his first haircut at the end of the week with both his parents present. That was his first haircut. That was the first baby, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The grandma went and did that. And the wife was kind of upset, damn, this was going to be for us and we were going to do that. And then you just went and did this without even asking if it was okay. And then the husband was like, it's whatever.
No, for something like a haircut, like I can understand, but my wife needs to communicate to me that hey, like a first blank or this moment is important to me because I mean I don't know what you prioritize. Like to me, a first haircut could be nothing, but to you, a first haircut could be everything. So if you let me know, hey, first haircut, like that's a really big deal. I'm never letting my mom take the kid to get a haircut. I'm not trusting my mom to get my kid a haircut anyway. She's probably gonna cut the hair herself or some shit. Give my kid the cleanest baldy. The cleanest
that is the
baldy.
reason why I'm not having kids and getting married because it's just too much of a headache.
It's not too much of a headache.
Yes, it is.
No, people just put themselves through headaches. It's not that hard.
Yes, it is. Yes,
I don't have children. Before all the children having people were like, duh. Yeah, it's not. I don't have kids, but I mean.
Because I feel like with things like that, you shouldn't be like, oh, you should have told me. You should have known that's also your child.
No, I should not have known. I mean, I don't
yes,
know.
You should.
I don't know what your priorities are, Amanda.
That is also your child. And if you're married to someone, you should know them well enough to understand their values.
Nobody fucking does that.
If by that stage you don't understand their values and what they consider like important and or whatever in their lives, then you shouldn't even be married or having children with them. Like, why are you here? Be like, oh, you should have told me. No, you should have known. That is also your
out of nowhere. Like, if you're petty,
no.
Some shit. The first haircut might
that's not petty. That's not petty. You should know because you're the father and you're the husband, and you should know the values of your wife, and you should know what works and what doesn't work for your family. And if you're that naive and that checked out of it, then you shouldn't have had a child or be married in the first place.
The first haircut is not a value.
No, I'm saying you should know the values of your wife. If that is something that she is like, she thinks that, you know, first are important for her, then you should have known this by now. If you don't know, then why are you married to her? And be like, oh, you should have told me. Like, what? Are you joking?
No, a first haircut is, I mean, it's a big deal, but a first, like, I don't know, for example, like, first time trying a food. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. What, are you going to get the camera and, oh my God, he's trying falafel for the first time?
Not like, food. Not trivial things like food, like big things. Like,
well, if it's big things, then no shit, obviously, but something trivial to you could be something huge to me and vice versa. So
exactly. You should know better by then. If you're having kids by then, you should know. You should have a grasp of like the basics by then. If you don't, and you're still like naive about it, then
if I take my kid to grandma's and she gives him hummus for the first time, and my wife,
I don't care.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying, but food is trivial.
That's what I'm saying.
Milestones are not.
That could be a milestone to her, like the first time he tries Arabic food or some shit. And how the hell am I supposed to know that? Maybe to you
because that's like your culture, but not.
I'm not saying to me. I don't give a shit. I'm saying if my wife flips shit over some trivial shit like that, I'm not gonna know that. Like if it's something core value wise and something kind of around it, then sure, I can kind of figure it out. But I'm not going to walk eggshells around my wife because she's like, everything that's trivial in the world is super huge to her. Like, you got to relax.
No.
You can't just... What?
I'm not saying walk on eggshells around her. I'm just saying that you should know things to understand what upsets her. And then if she just like suddenly flips, then be like, well, I didn't know this. But I didn't know this.
That's going to get us off the hook, right?
Well, I don't know how people are, but
if I piss you the fuck off right now and then I say, sorry, I didn't know that, you're not going to forgive me. You're not. I know you're not. I know you enough. You're not.
No, you don't know me well enough. Relax.
You're going to hold on to that shit for the rest of your life. Yes, you are.
Relax. You don't know me well enough. But it takes a lot to, like, annoy me. So, you know, that also factors in. Like, I feel like nothing ever really like gets me going. I just find a way to just like, well, it's whatever.
Nothing gets you going.
No, not really.
Okay, that's good to know. True. Cool. All right, so what were we?
If it, like I don't know. Well, I mean, maybe if you're racist, sure, yeah, but other than that, nah, I don't think there's like any particular thing that would be like, "Ugh, I'm so angry. I'm never speaking to you again."
Okay, like if my mom teaches my kid how to tie his shoes, and my wife has just not taught my kid how to tie his shoes.
That's trivial. That's trivial.
And the kid is like 7 years old.
That is not a milestone. That is trivial.
Some people are weird and they consider that shit a milestone. That's all I'm saying.
Well, then that's on you for marrying a weirdo. You weirdo.
That's on me, but I also have to know everything that triggers my wife if I have to get
married. No, that's on you for marrying a mental case.
So for you, there's no gray area.
I mean, there could be, but if you're marrying someone that gets triggered over tying a shoelace, then you need to reevaluate your own life because something wasn't clicking in your brain when you made that decision. Like, yeah, she seems like the right person for me to marry. Let me go marry the person that gets triggered over shoelaces and hummus.
Amanda.
Yes, go on.
Everyone makes the wrong decision when they get married. At least that's how they act. Like,
well,
people get married off like they're like, oh my god. Nobody plans out a wedding anymore. Are you kidding me? Like nobody dates for like 10 years. They're like, oh my god.
Ew, 10 years? Gross. Not 10 years.
Like, like they get to know each other and shit. Like people propose to save relationships, just like how people have babies to save relationships. Years. Okay, stop focusing on the 10 years. Okay, it's
not even 5 years. 5 years is way too long. You're wasting your life at that point.
Okay, how long do I have to date before I marry you?
3 absolute max. Because more than reasonable. That, you're wasting my time. Like, if you're dating to get married, more than 3 is like no. Make up your mind. You should know by the 3rd year. If you don't, then please leave me alone and let me go live my life and find someone who actually cares about me and wants to get married or whatever. But if you're in an agreement that it's not going to be a marriage situation and you're just going to be just dating and that's it, then sure, do 10 years. It doesn't matter.
That seems reasonable.
But any longer than that, you're wasting your time. Don't waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. Go find someone that will help you make that decision quicker.
Yeah, Arabs are just dying to get married, just off rip, like on site and shit. Just here.
Oh my god, it just not just Arabs, just religious people in general.
The men are either.
It doesn't matter.
The men are either super Muslim or super Catholic. So either way, they can't get married or they can't have sex before marriage. Which I mean,
they say that.
I know they do, but I mean, and a lot of them, I mean. They're insecure as shit. Their parents hate them, all that shit. So they're not the most confident. So they can't just. I'm not talking about your whimsical, beautiful, amazing Lebanese rich motherfuckers. I'm talking about the average Arab man.
I
don't think you've ever seen one in your entire life. Just anywhere. Especially, I'm gonna say America, for example.
Yeah, not in Australia.
Yeah, fuck the Australian Arabs. I'll box every single one of those motherfuckers. They can't fight for shit. Arabic people love to talk, but they like when it comes time to actually fight, they can't fight for shit, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about the Arab Americans. They could fight because they've been here. I'm talking about the fresh off the boat, just fucking idiots, bro. I'll beat the shit out of every one of those motherfuckers. But they're dying to get married because that's the only way they can have sex, right? And then this chick is probably. Arabic chick, she's probably one of 35, and she's the oldest, and they're just dying to kick her out of the house. So he's like, hey, marry me, whatever. She says, okay. And then it turns out they hate each other. In Islam, you can divorce. It's cool. Like, you can just, it's easy. Catholicism, you're kind of stuck with them unless you want to, literally forsake your religion. So, I mean...
I'm
They gotta
forsaking
stick.
religion to
They gotta
get
stick
out
to
of
each other.
whatever hellhole I'm
Well, yeah,
stuck
me
in.
too. Me too. Because I'm not like 100% like
Is religion going to make me happy for the rest of my life? No.
I mean, that's kind of the goal.
Yeah, but like if I'm suffering with someone that I hate,
Well, yeah, I know. I mean,
help me out.
I'm not saying. I mean, I'm Catholic and I believe in marriage and all that shit. But if shit doesn't work out,
I don't.
if you're being absolutely fucking crazy, fuck out of here. Like, I'm not doing that shit. Like, in the Catholic Church, if you want to get divorced, or if you get divorced and you want to be let back in the church, you have to write them an explanation as to why you guys got divorced, and they can rule if it was like a real divorce or it was like some bullshit you guys could have solved. Like,
How would they know if it was some bullshit that we could have solved?
I don't know. I mean, it's to them anything other than like either raping or just beating mercilessly is just petty. Which, I mean,
Not even adultery.
no, you guys got to work that shit out. You guys got to go to counseling.
Ugh. Gross. No, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel that way. I don't know why you're attacking me like that. I don't give a shit.
I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying that gross.
I'm not the poster child. People look at me like the poster child for Catholicism. Have you met a Catholic? Have you read the Bible? I am nowhere near the poster child for a Catholic. Are you kidding me?
My dad's whole family's Catholic.
Bleh, says Amanda.
So like when I go over,
Shout out to all the Catholic listeners. I know we probably have a ton of them because everyone's up north in France and Germany and shit. Well, the Germans started the fucking Protestant Revolution, so no, fuck you guys. Especially if it's the person I think it is. No, fuck you. Stop listening to this shit right now. I don't know why you're still listening.
Oh well, I need to hop off because I'm Protestant. So let me hop off real quick.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Germany.
But yeah, no, when I go to my for Christmas or whatever with my dad's family, I go with them to I almost said the mosque. My brain's
Hell yeah.
working. I go with them to the church.
The non-denominational mosque.
No.
That would be hilarious. You're just praying to whoever in the mosque.
To the mess. Is it to mass? To the mess? I don't know. What do they call it?
We're going to mass.
But oh my goodness, my knees were just like after like the first hour, I was like,
oh my god,
that's
what I was gonna talk about.
I was like, listen, I'm not used to this shit. I can't do this anymore. So let me just sit the whole way through.
Usually, because people were like, oh, Catholic mass is so long. Our old priest used to get us out of mass in 45 minutes flat. World record type shit.
No, dude. I go to the Christmas and New Year's one, so they're extra long. No. Not the normal Sunday one. Like when we go there for Christmas and New Year's, I go with them to those special ones, and they're extra long.
Not us. Our priest, no matter what day it is, he's like, dude, I'm trying to catch some football and go to sleep, bro. Like, he'd be talking like Busta Rhymes and shit. Get us out of that shit in 40 minutes flat was the record, I think. Like, he had us in and out in 40 minutes. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, bro, I could still catch mad shit on TV, like now, because he's trying to watch TV, he's trying to do all that. So our old priest, 45 minutes. Let's see. The new guy, I mean, kind of, he's doing a little extra, but it's not like extra long. But oh my god, Good Friday yesterday. Mm-hmm. He had us kneeling and rising like this shit. We were doing burpees and the shit. Like every time, like we'd stand up, we'd pray, and then we would kneel, and then we'd stand up, kneel, and pray. And I'm like, dude, we don't usually do this. What you doing, bro? But I'm gonna get killed for saying this shit. There's gonna be a giant picture of me on my church door, and it's gonna be like, "Do not enter." Yes, blasphemous heathen. But I gotta entertain the masses somehow, man. I don't know. I pull from real life, so sue me.
And listen, after the first hour, I was like, "Oh man, listen, I'm Protestant. I can't do this. I can't keep kneeling, standing up, sitting down, standing up,
you know who goes crazy?
Down.
You know who goes crazy?
Who?
The Orthodox people.
Oh my god, my friend's Orthodox.
Their mass is dead ass 4 hours long, like on the daily. I'm like, dude, I can't do this. I'm Catholic. Like, we're in and out in like 40 minutes, an hour 30 if it's like some real special, like somebody's getting baptized in the church. Oh my God. I'm not excited for church at all today. It's going to be Holy Saturday. We're baptizing like 70 people into the church today, and he baptizes everyone individually.
Individually, not a mass baptism.
And the mass starts at 8:30 p.m.
At night?
I'm about to be there all night.
Till like 2 a.m.
I will not be there until 2 a.m. The second he starts baptizing, I'll be like, yeah, Christ is risen. Hallelujah. And I'll be like walking towards the back door. Like, I'm not, congrats. Like, cool, you're Catholic. But, I mean, I got to go, too.
One by one? Oh, no, thank you.
You know what I would do if I was a priest? I mean, my last name means priest, so I'm technically a priest, but, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I would deadass, like, just, like, for the washing of the feet, especially, like, I would deadass just, like, grab a pressure washer and just from the other side of the fucking church, just spray everybody. Just, all right. Feet's
you
washed.
Can't do that. That is, you're meant to be humble and do it in humility. That is a service of humility.
I'll look humble while I do that.
You can't be pressure washing. Listen, I always get paired up with the old women, and you know God. Some of their toes are manky as hell, and you have to be like caressing and washing their feet, and it's just like, oh God, you know, I'm humble. I'm humble. Okay, I walked.
Let me tell you some shit.
In the hot sun.
Let me tell you some shit. There was one time I came straight from work to church, and they told me that I was one of the people getting my feet washed because I used to help out at the church a lot, so I was super popular. I'm like, bro, I did not wash my feet before this shit. And you're supposed to like wash your feet before you get your feet washed because they're not washing your feet. They're just pouring water and wiping it. Yeah. So I was like, bro, no, I am not getting my feet washed. They're like, you are getting your feet washed. I was like, no, bro, I am not getting my feet washed. So anyway, Jesus won that night, and I got my feet washed. And I was just like so embarrassed the whole time. I was like, oh my God, dude, I am so sorry. Because AC work in the boots, bro, your feet are going to, oh my God. I was like, dude.
You're nasty.
My bad, dude. And then he's got to kiss the foot afterwards. I was like, do not kiss my foot. Please. Please don't kiss my foot. And he kissed my foot.
You know what I do? You know what I do on foot washing days is I wear pantyhose. So then, like, they're not touching my bare feet. You know, there's like a barrier in between, but it's thin enough.
Getting your feet washed through the pantyhose is the funniest shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
It's the best. That's how you're supposed to do it. So they don't, like, their fingers don't slip into the crevices of your toes.
Then how the fuck are they supposed to clean your feet? This is going to be the title of the episode.
What? Pantyhose feet?
No, just foot washing through the pantyhose.
Yes. Yeah, but no, but that
all
is...
credits.
Please wear pantyhose. Well, I mean, if you're a woman, but if you're a man and you're into that shit, I mean, I'm not going to judge you, but, you know,
yo, do you know what the Catholic Church will do to me if I pull up to the foot washing with pantyhose on?
Love you for it, because they don't have to touch your nasty feet bare knuckle.
Probably not. They'd probably like be like, no, you got to take that shit off.
They'll be like, oh, thank God.
I'd have to take off pantyhose, like, at the altar in front of all these fucking people.
Don't say that. Now I'm thinking of, like, seductively rolling it down.
Why are you thinking of me seductively? Why are you thinking of me seductively?
Oh, gross. No, but, like, I wear it because it's a barrier. And then, obviously, they wipe your feet down after, so it's thin enough that the cloth absorbs the moisture from the pantyhose. You get the idea.
All right, Amanda, that was Amanda's pro tip for feet washing on Holy Thursday.
You're welcome, guys. That's just what I'm here for, you know, just giving tips on...
I am pressure washing the shit out of the people at the mass baptism.
No.
Are you kidding me?
Don't do that.
No, oh my God. You ever seen an Orthodox baptism?
No.
They grab, okay, have you seen a Catholic?
Oh, okay. Yeah, they dunk them.
No, in the Catholic baptism, they put you in the middle of the the little water thing. I'm talking about babies. I'm not talking about adults. Adults, they do it different, obviously. But as a baby, they put you in the little I can't think of the English word for it. The little like bowl.
Basin?
The basin. Yeah, they put you in the basin and they pour water over your head 3 times. The Orthodox, they grab your left arm and your left leg, and they literally
Donkey.
just, they don't dunk. They like kind of like, you know how like you used to play with the rubber duck and you used to make it go fast in the water, like you'd throw it in the water
That's
and
dunking.
drag it, but it's not like, they're not like going up and down in the motion. They're like dragging them sideways, like they're literally
the dredging. That's the word.
dredging. They're literally forcing the sin off of them.
Ugh, if I will fight someone if they do that to my child.
In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and the baby's like, but the baby doesn't feel it because they do it so fast that like he doesn't even like. I guess the baby doesn't even realize what happened, and so he just like starts breathing again.
I think it's banned in the UK because they said it's violent baptism.
I don't give a shit about anything the UK has to say about violence. The UK literally went around and killed everyone and conquered everyone and pillaged and raped everyone. I don't want to hear a single thing about a violent baptism.
It's like classified as child abuse. No, but my friend is Orthodox.
And the UK's whole rap genre comes from Chicago.
My friend is Orthodox. So she like celebrates everything completely different from everyone. So her Christmas is in January and her Easter is in like June or something. Who knows?
They're just trying to be tryhards, even though they are correct technically. I mean, I believe Jesus was born on the 6th of January. That makes way more sense than the 25th of December.
But, you know, calendar, schmalender, everything has to be.
No, because the reason we celebrate Christmas on the 25th is because they moved it to convert the Romans. So the Catholic Church moved it to that date to convert somebody. Just like Easter was all about this Roman parade of fucking fertility. That's why it's eggs and the bunny is the symbol of fertility because they fuck all the time. They walk around with giant dildos and shit. So they just took the dildo part out and they threw Jesus in there.
Or they reshaped it into a bunny. If you just add, well, I mean, there is the rabbit.
No, they had live rabbits. Why would they have to like shape a penis into a rabbit?
Oh, you don't get it, do you? Okay, don't worry about it.
I do get it. I'm just trying to not talk about penis rabbits.
No, please, let's talk. I'm joking.
All right, guys. Penis rabbits. Yeah, but I mean,
can I ask you something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Will you marry? No.
Yes. Can't take it back.
You wish.
No take backsies. I'm gonna make you miserable as shit.
What is the deal with white claws?
I don't know. I've never had a white claw, and I don't plan on ever drinking a white claw.
All the Americans talk about is like, oh, I'm gonna have some white claw. White claw this, white
that's
claw that.
Nationalist?
What?
That's not like racist. That's like nationalist.
No, it's the beer White Claw. I thought you would know, but
it's a seltzer. It's not a beer.
Is it?
Yeah, that's for all the idiots that can't handle like beer. That's for the rich whites. The poor whites, they drink beer because that's all they can afford. But the expensive White Claws, because it's seltzer. It's like fucking Perrier, but alcoholic with like fruit flavor in it. That's all it is.
Disgusting. So are they all drinking it because Post Malone's like the
Yes.
Okay. Makes sense. That all the whites are into that shit.
I can't stand Post Malone.
Why? Oh, let's get into this. Why?
I could go the rest of my life without talking about Post Malone.
No, you need to tell me why you don't like him.
Okay, let me preface this with this, because I know my friends are going to kill me the next time I hang out with them. Post Malone makes good music. Not good music. He makes okay music.
Decent.
I can sit down. If somebody plays Post Malone, I will enjoy Post Malone's music. I'll like sit there and vibe to it. I am not playing Post Malone Because for me, and people think this is a corny reason, whatever, I don't give a shit, but I love hip-hop. I'm in love with hip-hop. And when somebody makes hip-hop music and blatantly rips off hip-hop music and says that they're not a hip-hop artist, and every time somebody tells them they're a hip-hop artist, they say they're not, and they do all this other stupid shit, then I can't stand you. I don't want to listen to your music because you're blatantly ripping off hip-hop. And I hate that shit. Like country singers. Country would not be alive right now if hip-hop wasn't there. Because y'all have run out of shit to sing about. Y'all have run out of guitar chords to fucking strum. Like, there's country and rock music have sounded exactly the fucking same since their inception.
For decades.
Yes. And hip-hop, that's why hip-hop is the most beautiful genre on earth, is because the only thing it's defined by, no, not even that. Hip-hop isn't really defined by anything except the lyrics. You can turn anything into hip-hop. So it's completely moldable. So these other bullshit genres have clinged on to hip-hop to survive. You take, like, a newer country song, it's got hip-hop drums, or it's got a hip-hop, like, pattern, like a melody, not a melody, but, like, you know, like a song structure, because it works. Mm-hmm. And rock music is a lot closer to rap music now, and R&B is closer to rap music, and all this shit they're taking from hip-hop, and for you to, like, not even acknowledge hip-hop, and for you to shit on hip-hop, and for you to say all this stupid shit is stupid. I don't want to listen to you. I want nothing to do with you, dude.
Well, I don't feel that strongly about hip-hop, so,
no, I'm the only person.
It's whatever to me.
That's why I will never start a hip-hop podcast. I mean, Study Hall, the other podcast I'm starting with my friends, that's going to be kind of hip-hop, but I will never start one that's strictly about hip-hop because I will literally bore people to death and nobody will be able to keep up with me because that's like, I am completely and utterly in love with hip-hop.
I don't love any genre that much, to be honest.
You don't love anything?
I don't. Except for my cat.
Yeah, your cat is very cute.
Super cute.
You should send me a picture so I can put it on the Patreon so people can admire your cute cat.
I did. I sent it to you already.
Oh, do you want me to just use that one that you sent?
Sure. But yeah, I don't feel that strongly about any genre at all. I'm not attached to any music like that.
I went back and I listened to every Kanye West album, like literally in order, just to binge, like how people binge the Marvel movies. And that was a great time. There are a lot of songs that I forgot I loved. There are songs that I used to hate that I love now. The songs that I love that the songs that I used to love that I hate now, like shit like that. Just, cool. You see how like stuff evolves. You see how Kanye went from the soul samples to the kind of soul sample, more piano theatrical type deal, to the synthesized shit, to just being a complete sad boy and birthing people like Drake and The Weeknd and Wiz Khalifa and who else? Mad other people.
What happened to Wiz Khalifa? Is he still alive?
Yeah, Wiz Khalifa still makes music. Wiz Khalifa is... Let me tell y'all something right now. Wiz Khalifa is the most slept-on artist ever. Ever. Wiz Khalifa has not dropped a dud, ever. Every single one of his albums are dope as hell.
All I can think of, every time I hear, like, Wiz Khalifa, the only song of his that that I can think of is the one where Amber Rose was twerking to at their wedding. That's the only song of his that I know.
Well, you should get to know Wiz Khalifa's music a little more because you will like it. It's dope as shit.
I'll get around to it one day.
There's a whole bunch of artists that are super slept on. Do you think there's an artist that's slept on? That you like?
I think that I like.
People just don't hip-hop? Seem to no, just any that people don't seem to understand.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna ask you about hip hop. Are you kidding me?
What have I been listening to lately? Let me go to my
dumpster fire playlist.
App that shall not be named.
Oh, okay. Now you don't care about giving up the bag. I feel you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should I name names?
No, you shouldn't. But you spent 7 episodes naming names. Glad
Oh,
you
okay.
finally at
So
episode 8.
the I've been listening to Gang Signs and Prayer, and that's like a really good album. Not gonna lie, it's a pretty
By
great
who?
album. Oh, Stormzy,
Oh yeah, I
because
would have
it's
never guessed.
very like it's just like a I like story like albums that like tell a story. That's why I like Kendrick his Good Kid, Mad City, because it's like a whole story. You have to
Legendary.
listen to the whole thing to get the full story, and that's the same with Gang Signs and Prayer. Is like a whole story, and you can't like listen to just like I mean, obviously you can listen to just like a single song, and you know they're good, but like if you listen to the whole thing, it's like oh, this makes sense, and this is why it's called Gang Signs and Prayer.
Is that what you said?
But you know, from the whole thing, my favorite are like the melodic ones. I like Velvet and I like Cigarettes and Kush. Um,
That's disgusting.
what?
Cigarettes and Kush.
Never had both, but great song.
So you've had one.
What?
You've had one.
Which one?
I don't know. You tell me.
Neither.
Snitch on yourself. Snitch on yourself.
I'm not about that
Snitch on
life.
yourself. Well, I mean,
But
I don't know what either tastes like, but I mean, I would just imagine them together being disgusting. You know.
no, but seriously, I don't. But like I said in our previous podcast, when I'm about to die, like when I'm like 90 years old, 80, 70, whatever, I'm taking everything. Give me anything and everything. But yeah, um, I was listening to that album tonight actually while I was in the shower. Um, and who else was I listening to in this past week? Of course, Drake, the baby. Um,
Did you just say
Nicki
the baby?
Minaj.
You did not just say the baby.
I said the baby.
You did not. You said the baby.
No, I said the baby. You're just deaf. Um,
Hello. Do you listen to the baby?
Nicki Minaj, of course. Um, what else was I listening to? Adele. Maybe I was in my feelings this week.
Maybe I was in my feelings this week. You were boohoo crying into the pillow if you're listening to Adele. There's no
I
other
was
explanation.
sick like a dog. I was dying. Um. Oh, you know what? You know who's truly underrated, and I feel like she needed. I don't know. She just needed to be pushed more, but just never really happened. Karina Passion, or whatever her name is. I don't
Uh,
know how to pronounce her surname.
what kind of music does she do? I've not heard of her.
Um, R&B.
Okay, cool.
And
is she one of those breathy R&B singers? Because I'm getting tired of those.
no. She is like R&B, like
True.
her songs are just so beautiful, and she has a gorgeous voice. She's just not out there like that. Like I feel like her voice is like okay. I don't want to be okay. If you're a fan of Janae Aiko, please don't come for my neck. But why is she famous? And
Yes,
why is she so popular? And this girl Karina is not.
because one of them has label pushing them and lots of industry relationships, and one of them is a talented person.
That's true. I mean, if you want to say, oh, you know, if you're pretty and if blah, blah, Karina is beautiful. Like
It has
she
nothing to
is.
do with beauty. It's just whoever the label likes the most. If you like kiss ass and you treat the label really nice, they'll put you on the front line. And if you
Oh
don't,
yeah, she
yeah.
sings like R&B and soul, and please check her out because She was like in high school. I would listen to her, and she would get me like all in my feelings because she was also like a teenager, and she'd be like singing about her just being a teenager and just her life. And I just thought, yeah,
Speaking of her, you know what I'm upset about? Y'all made her mainstream.
is that what you're upset about?
So fucking upset
Oh,
about that because now she's never gonna release music again. And when she does, she's gonna be
why?
collaborating with all these Caucasian ass artists. Just like Khalid. Fuck Khalid, man. Khalid came out with this amazing, beautiful ass album, and now all he wants to do is Ed Sheeran collabs. If you don't go back and sing about struggle and shit like you used to, I don't want to hear you and Ed Sheeran,
Damn,
bro. I don't want to hear you
trying
and
to keep all
Pink.
the black people in the struggle. Damn, Joseph.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't want you
That's
to.
what you're saying.
No, make R&B music. Don't make sellout pop white people music, which is what he's doing right now. Is he or is he not?
Not gonna lie, I stopped listening to him after American Teen Spirit. I couldn't get into the second album.
That's what I'm saying because it's full of these freaking pop stars that I don't give a shit about.
I went to his concert for the first one, the American Teen concert. That
Uh-huh.
was fantastic, but I was the oldest person in that venue, and it was embarrassing for my
Okay,
soul. But I didn't care. I was singing my heart out.
okay. For people
I
that
was like 20 something and singing about being a teen.
head ass, you are disgusting. You're like the Chardonnay drunk mom at the party. Hell yeah.
Literally. That was literally me. I was singing about being a teen and being angsty, and I was like 21.
All these kids looking at you like, what the fuck is up with this
Yeah,
bitch,
they
man?
literally were. Like, I was next to like this 14-year-old and her 15-year-old boyfriend. And I was like, young, dumb, and broke.
Nah, you're mad old and dumb and broke.
we, I walked out of the venue at the end, and these other girls who were like also 21, there were only two other girls there that were 21, and they looked at me and they're like, just want to go to the pub after this. Because just, we were like the oldest people in there. How embarrassing. But like, let's just go and forget that this ever happened.
That's hilarious. That's fucking nuts. Let's see.
But
For
it was
people,
such a good album. I had to go.
it was a great album, and then he just stopped making albums that were that
His
great to
song
me.
18, I was literally singing my heart out, my 21-year-old heart out about being 18. And I still
You
live
were
with my
18 at one
parents.
point.
That is true.
Yeah. So, that's cool. Look at me cutting you some slack, and you still don't appreciate me.
I said that is true. What do you want me to do? Wash your feet?
Yes, actually.
But yeah, that was a great album. And
All right.
then I don't know what happened.
If you like Khalid, but you're tired of Khalid, like I am, low key, until he puts out like
Hmm.
some dope shit, Pink Sweats is a pretty good alternative. Pink Sweats is amazing. That's one of my favorite artists ever. You should check out Pink
Wait,
Sweats.
Khalid had a song with Disclosure. Aren't they
Yes.
like this white
That's
rock
that's
band?
the hit song. That's Talk. That's the only song that I like off that new album.
Oh, that Can We Just
Just
Talk?
talk,
Is that the one?
dun, dun. Can we just talk?
Just talk,
Talk about
talk
where
about.
we're going. We stop. I listened back to when I sang and I'm like, oh my god, this is when people tune out. Like this is when we start losing listeners. This is when we start singing.
But you can't say that none of the songs on American Teen wasn't a bop. Like they were
I didn't.
all
I said I loved his first album.
just everything.
Pink Sweats
I
and
love
Cautious Clay.
another sad song. Oh, my favorite is Saved.
Saved.
Hmm.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Good to know. Good to
That
know.
was a
Good
good.
to know.
But yeah, I will check out the other guy because I'm kind of sick of Khalid.
Pink Sweats is lit. Every song he has is a freaking beautiful symphony of just beautifulness. Him and his fiance are dope and beautiful. Shout out to him. He proposed recently, and they look happy and healthy and all that good stuff. Um, and Cautious Clay. You remember I
Must be
played you that?
nice.
Remember I played you that Cautious Clay song, Cold War, that you really liked. That song is a bopski. Shout out to Dre. Dre put me on the Cautious Clay. But that guy, he's got a beautiful voice. He looks like an aardvark. Like he looks like what Arthur Reed would look like if he was like a real person. But he's like dope as shit though. He can really sing though. He looks like John Legend. He looks like John Legend mixed with like Arthur.
Yeah. You know what? That is an accurate description.
I know, because I look at him, I'm like, dude, it's Arthur Reed from like Arthur, but he's like singing now.
Arthur is such a good cartoon, by the way.
Every day when you walking down the street, come on, don't play with me. As an original point of view.
I used to read the books. I used to read the Arthur books when I was a little girl.
Read the Arthur books. I used to play the Arthur video games.
Okay, whatever, Mr. Video Games.
Don't play with me. No, it was like the interactive book. Like it would be the same book, but it would be like on the computer, and you could like click shit in the book.
Say, hey, what a wonderful time.
What kind of day if you can learn to work and play.
Work and play.
And get along with each other.
With each other. We need to stop.
That shit is so lit, though.
It is such a good show.
That song is what got me into reggae, because I'm like, damn, if all reggae sounds like this is fucking amazing.
Reggae is a good genre, and just, you know.
You want to hear something embarrassing?
What?
I used to think reggae and reggaeton were the same.
Oh, hilarious. Oh, it makes sense, because Ziggy Marley sings it, the Arthur theme song.
Yeah, I like Ziggy Marley. What did I sample? I sampled the Ziggy Marley song whenever I like was making beats, but I can't remember which song I sampled. But I turned it into like something really dope. You know what song? You know what song that I sampled that I like really, really fucked with when I made the beat?
No.
Have you ever heard the song "The Hustle"? That really old ass fucking like 70s like dance type song.
By who?
Can't remember who it's by, but damn, Ryan and Mike probably know the song. They're probably gonna be at my throat whenever this shit's over. But it was like a it was like a soul type, like dance feel good type song. And then I turned it into a beat, and it was really fire. But then my hard drive wiped, and I lost all those beats. So pretty sad.
You mean like disco?
Yeah, it was like a disco track, kinda.
Oh my god, why are you saying it all weird? Like it was like a soul-y kind of.
No, but it didn't sound like. It sounded like disco, but it didn't sound like disco.
That's basically 70s disco.
Yeah, but it had like a soul vibe to it. Like it wasn't just like disco, you know.
That's like the what's that song? Can You Get to That by the oh god. I'm trying to think of them. It's a great disco song. Funkadelics. Oh well, no, it's not really funky. I mean, disco is more funk than disco, but that's a great song.
Is Zapp and Roger disco?
I don't know. Zapp
and Roger's fucking lit. The people that were doing the talk box type shit.
Probably. If they're from the 70s, then there's a good chance that they're either disco or funk.
Well, they're 80s. They might be funk.
Probably. I mean, disco was still going into 80s, you know.
All right, one last little question. I don't know if you'll even be able to answer this because you were like getting all whenever I was talking about music. But have you ever heard, like, when you listen to a song, have you ever recognized like a sample from the song?
Yes.
What's your favorite sample? What's one that like made you go crazy when they flipped it?
What's that song? Oh God!
Is it Loyalty?
Rihanna? No, but Rihanna was oh God!
Loyalty. That's 24 karat.
No. Oh God! Yeah. Okay, you say yours because it's now you're gonna make me break my brain because
I have a ton of favorites. My favorite right now My favorite right now is "Heart of the City" by Jay Z. That's a hard ass beat flip. Kanye did that. What's the, ain't no
Famous.
love? Yeah. Well, Famous has a ton of samples. You just like
The bum 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 be dum
yeah.
bum. That
The
part. Yeah.
what's her name? What's her sister? Nancy, sister Mary, something like
Mm.
that, right?
Mm.
What's her name?
It's kind of like reggae.
Yeah, it's
The
no, it's dance hall. What's that
dance
woman's
hall.
name?
That's the
What's
one.
what's that woman's name? I can't. It's gonna make me.
Let
So
me
mad.
go look up. Sample
Pretty sure it's
famous
like
Sister Nancy.
Yeah, Sister Nancy. You know what? You know what? Sister
Dance hall.
Nancy. My favorite Sister Nancy beat or sample, because it's the most like haunting, like chilling thing I've ever heard in my life. Is "Blood on the Leaves."
Oh, yeah, that's a good
That
one.
that gets me like, oh my! I just feel so ominous when I listen to that like first like part of the sample, because it's about like a black person getting hung. So
Hmm.
it's like even more ominous. But like even before that, just the way he like made that sample sound is just like, I don't know. It's like
Range fruit. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
that is a good Halloween song actually, if you think about it.
it's not a good hollow. I don't want to hear that. That's gonna get me like. It's not like scary. It's just like
Are you gonna be scared, Joseph?
no. It's not scary. It's like I don't know. It's like
Panic.
not even panicky. It's like hopelessness almost is the way I feel when I
That
hear
is
that
the
song.
best kind of fear.
Like it is. Yeah, that's my biggest fear is loneliness and hopelessness.
Yeah, just have it all in one day.
Let's see what else.
No, but um, famous like that's the sample in there, and then just like Swiss. Jeez, I can't speak
Jesus
Swiss
Christ, woman.
with his
Was beats.
beats.
Oh,
I didn't want to say it because it's like, oh God, you're gonna say it, aren't you? And I just did, and then
you know what's
said it
funny?
as well,
I can't say Swiss cheese anymore.
without thinking of Swiss.
No, I say every time I say Swizz, I say it with a Z. I can't say Swiss. I have to force myself to say it.
Was
Swiss cheese.
no, but listen, I mean, his beats are fantastic. Also, he's married to Alicia, so I love Alicia. Um, and
Oh, his beats are fantastic. What's your favorite?
but like when he's like on the track at the same time, he hypes it up. Like even if it's like just a basic kind of beat, he hypes it up. Like what was the one with Lil Wayne?
Oh, that was
Pistol on my pistol on my
fuck
side.
no. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Let's pray for the people we just lost. And then the beat
Yes.
drops. Oh my
Yes.
God.
Oh, I'm praying. I'm literally getting on my knees and praying.
That ass. No, but what's that other one song that everyone like was dancing to for like a good 30 seconds? What the fuck? No. Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2. How the one go? What's that song called? You know what I'm talking about?
No, my brain's not working.
It's Swiss Beats and Lil Wayne. It was off the Carter 5. What's that song called? Aim it at your head like a buffalo. Like what's that fucking song? I can't remember, but that song.
Let me go look it up.
He was, I mean, fucking Swiss Beats said, let me see your shoulders work," and I let my shoulders work, man. I couldn't. I mean, normally I wouldn't, but
Listen, he even listen, like I said, even if the beat is like it's a basic beat, he gets you hyped, and I can't fault him for that.
no, that's his
He
job.
does the
Like,
job.
that was his biggest claim to fame was being a hype man. That's why
Hype man.
I mean DMX's songs are hype by themselves, but if you add Swizz Beats to them like he
Right.
did back in the day, oh my God. When I throw DMX on in the gym, my bench goes from 200 to 550. Like that shit makes me go crazy. I'll knock somebody out in the gym when DMX comes on. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. I'm gonna go crazy. Don't play with me.
You saw the video of me and my very my friends that lack melanin singing to that song.
Uproar. That's the name of the song.
You made me go searching. Jeez.
Uproar is the name of the song. No, but what's your favorite Swiss beat? Since you love Swiss Beats' beats so much, let me see. Give me.
His beats. I didn't say I like his beats so much. I'm just saying when he gets on a track, he just hypes it up as well, and you just can't help but be like, "Ah, this is actually pretty good."
Okay, you've heard some Swiss Beats though before, right? You've heard DMX and all that shit.
I mean, yes, but I wouldn't say like, oh, I know the catalog.
No, I'm not saying you know their catalog. Who makes a better beat, Swiss Beats or Timbaland?
Can I say Timbaland?
You can. That's your
Only
opinion.
only because it's very distinctive.
People hate like some people in hip hop hate Timbaland's beats, but I like the way he bounces. Like it's just he finds pockets and beats that you wouldn't find, and he makes weird beats, but they're like super cool.
Yes, what I'm trying to say is they're very like you can't be like, oh, I wonder who did this. You know it's a Timbaland beat when you hear it. Like he has like a signature to it.
Well, you know what he does? What his like not all his secrets, but one of his biggest secrets is he boomboxes into the like he boomboxes. He beatboxes into the microphone and he builds off of that. So he'll be in the studio
Yeah.
and he'll go boom chaka chaka boom chaka chaka boom
And
chaka,
and
and he'll
I,
turn
I
it
feel
into a beat.
like I feel like his beats have like layers and nuances to it, whereas Swizz is just I don't want to be the person, but
No, don't
it's
play.
just
Don't play because you
it's
told me
it's
yourself. You told me yourself you haven't listened to that many Swiss
no
beats. Don't play with me.
no I haven't, but from what I've heard, it's just all like simple and hype.
No, I'll send you some.
And
I'll send you some Swiss. Swiss was known in the industry for
but
making weird beats.
but you will also know that it's a Swiss. I can't say his name.
Was beat.
Swiss. You will know that it's his beat when you hear it.
He used
It's
to make
like
him and Timbaland do kind of the same thing where they make beats out of weird sounds. Like Timbaland would record like dog chains and him beating on the table and all sorts of shit. And Swizz Beats would do the same thing. Did I say Swizz Beats? Swizz Beats and Timbaland would do just the same thing.
similar
They would
things.
they would rub their hand together and turn it into a snare or some shit. Like
Yeah, and his son Swizz,
Egypt.
his yeah, that like he kind of has like a lot of his dad's influence, but he's very melodic with it because his mom teaches him piano as well, and it's really interesting like watching his little videos.
It's dope as shit.
And I can't wait to see when he's older and like I mean he's already producing stuff, but like once he gets older and like refines his little sound,
Yeah, that's gonna be
it
lit.
should be interesting.
Who's my favorite? Pharrell. Pharrell is my by far my
Oh
favorite
yeah.
producer of all time.
Pharrell is very
He thinks
like
of
I feel
music
like
weird.
he's like an academic when it comes to like producing hip hop.
Well, he's an alien.
Kind of looks like one as well.
No, he's literally like he thinks of things differently. He has like this. He has this. It's not a disease. It's like a. It's not even a disorder.
Gift.
It's. I guess you can call it a gift. Where him and Kanye West have it too, kinda. Where they can.
They see beats in colors.
Yes, they see beats in colors. Like they literally, like their senses blend. And so
Yeah.
Pharrell, when he's talking about shit, like he's talking about songs, he'll describe them in color, and it's like the weirdest thing ever. But I can kind of understand it too.
Yeah, he's like I feel like like the way he talks about just producing and making beats and shit and like I feel like he's like a professor.
Yeah, because he's like he's a student of that. Like he just loves music and he's all into it and all that. And
Mm. And then I didn't know what the little bit in the middle where he did the because I'm happy that song irks my soul.
well, yeah, but
Clap
that's because
along.
Despicable Me played it over and over again. It's a fire song.
Ugh, it was everywhere and I just could not stand it anymore.
Um, oh my god, but Pharrell is underrated because people only know Pharrell from Happy. A lot of people only know Pharrell from Happy, and that pisses me off. Because Pharrell, do you know who Clips is?
Who?
Clips.
Lips or clips?
Clips. CLIPSE.
Why? I just heard lips, and I'm like, is that a person's name?
Lips.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Clips was Pusha T and his brother.
Oh, like a group.
They were called Clips. Pusha T and No Malice before No Malice became a pastor. But their first album is produced entirely by Pharrell. And you would not think the person that did Happy did that. Because, oh my god, those beats are hard as hell. And they sound so different, but they're just crazy. What else? Oh my god.
Justified. Okay, but what is like I was going to ask you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, but he's also part of, Pharrell is part of Nerd, right? Like the group.
He formed NERD, yes.
Oh, well, yeah, I say that for NERD. And he's active in that.
Yes.
Interesting.
What's the question?
No, I'm just saying, like, he's just doing, like, so many things. It's insane to me.
Don't even get me started on the Neptunes.
He has enough time to, like, be part of, like, all of this different groups, producing shit for other people.
That's what happens when you're passionate.
Singing. Yeah. Interesting.
Pharrell singing was an accident. I could have a whole podcast talking about Pharrell, honestly.
But, like, that their song Lemon, yeah, that if you want to get hyped in the gym, listen to that song. It's great.
That's not. I mean, it's a Pharrell take on New Orleans bounce. Like a lot of New Orleans bounce sounds like that. So I'm not gonna give that completely to Pharrell. But the only thing that Pharrell has produced or touched that has been ass was Justin Timberlake's last album.
Which one was that?
Man in the Woods.
I dropped off after the 2020 thing, 2020 Vision or whatever his album was.
Man in the Woods. This poor bastard dragged poor Chad Hugo, however you say his name. Poor Chad
Mariah's ex-husband.
What?
Isn't he Mariah's ex-husband?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Chad Hugo is the second half of the Neptunes. He's the Filipino dude that produces with Pharrell.
Oh, shit. What was I thinking? Oh, that's a different person.
But he pulled poor Chad Hugo out. Chad Hugo doesn't want to talk to anybody. He doesn't want to look at anybody. He just wants to make music. He pulled this poor sap out of retirement to make this bullshit garbage-ass album produced by the Neptunes. You know how hype I was when I found out the Neptunes were coming back just to produce this album, and it was dog shit? You know how mad I was?
Well, that's on Justin. He should have stuck to the winning formula of him and Timbaland.
Well, his winning formula wouldn't have come if Pharrell didn't put him on a Timbaland first.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is he could have just gone back to that.
The first album, Justified, his Justin Timberlake's debut album, the only song that is produced by Timbaland is Cry Me a River. And every other song is produced by Pharrell and the Neptunes.
Interesting.
Entirely. He wrote that entire album. That one song that everyone loves, Ain't Nobody Love You Like I Love You. That's Pharrell. Pharrell wrote that shit, and Justin just sang over it.
Anyways, I'm off Justin. He can go suck.
Yeah, Justin's a piece of shit and a culture vulture. After what he did to
Prince,
dude, he...
And Prince, Janet.
No, not fuck Janet, but, yeah, that was fucked up.
But, and he never really apologized properly. And then he was like, it is what it is. I'm like, no, it's not. Shut up, white man.
No, but the worst thing to me was, Janet was bad. But the worst thing to me was Prince specifically said, no tributes. I don't want anyone to do a tribute of me because that shit's going to be whack and it's going to be ass. Now, granted, I figured out later that Justin Timberlake and Prince had beef because Prince fucking hated Justin Timberlake for good reason. Because Justin Timberlake's a culture vulture ass motherfucker. So, he went to the Super Bowl in Minnesota, in Prince's hometown, and he wore that stupid bullshit and he did that extra corny dog shit ass rendition of "I will die for you." Do not do that. Don't ever do that again. Do not utter those words.
Can I just say, his voice is not even that good.
That's what I'm saying.
It's so breathy and so like he's just like singing from his head voice. It's just the production behind it made it sound so good.
Yeah, because
but he's not even that
incredible, and Pharrell is incredible, and all these people that work with him are incredible.
So all that effort that they put into Justin Timberlake could have gone into that Karina girl who's black and a woman, but no, they support this idiot, Justin.
Well, it's because it's going to make them money.
That is true.
You got to feed your family.
Anyways, let's cancel Justin because I can't stand his ass.
Cancel culture.
He's done nothing besides Señorita. I can leave him back in the early 2000s. He can stay right there.
Okay, so I think we've ranted about absolutely nothing for, 105 minutes? I don't know, what's that, an hour and 45 minutes now? So I think it's safe to end it there. Amanda's tired. She wants to go to sleep and get ready for Easter Sunday and all that good shit. So
I'm going to party.
Let's end it here because if I talk about Pharrell anymore, this is going to be like a 7-hour podcast. So thank you guys so much for listening to this clusterfuck of a podcast, this episode. It was fun.
Also known as Pantyhose.
But washing through the pantyhose is what this episode is going to be called. All right, guys, thank you so much. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at SMG Sound Network. She runs the Twitter. I run the Instagram. Hit us up. Columbus, Ohio. I am done trying. You guys listen. Enjoy the podcast. You guys will no longer be getting beer. Virginia, hit me up, and we will go out and have a great fucking time. If you don't like beer, I have rum. It's my own rum that I've made myself. Whatever you got, whatever your poison is. If you're Mormon, whatever. I don't give a shit. Just let's hang out. Let's get to know each other. Just hit me up. I want to interact with my fans. I want to be like the cool guy before, this shit blows up and I look down on all you motherfuckers. But also, Patreon. Subscribe to that shit. It's dope as hell. I'm tired of telling you guys about it. You guys don't want to hear about it, I'm sure. But $5 a month gets you some pretty cool shit. Ask me anything. Bonus episodes. I try to do a bonus episode a week. This week there won't be one because I just don't have time to film it and edit it. And what? What happened?
DMX OD'd.
Just now?
I just saw Rory tweet about it. Sorry, my notification has popped up of Rory tweeting.
All right, no, let's look this up because that is either an old story or that's something really bad.
Oh no, I looked it up on Twitter and he's in the hospital and it's not looking good.
Yeah. Come on, dude. I thought he got clean.
We were just talking about him now. Prayers, but he's still alive.
DMX, prayers to DMX.
Yeah. Okay.
We can't lose another legend, man.
Damn. Oh, sorry. I need to switch off my notification because the Rory tweet popped up and I was like,
DMX,
let me
read this real quick. DMX suffered a drug overdose Friday night and is currently in the hospital, and the prognosis is not good. Sources close to the rapper tell TMZ, fuck you, TMZ. The OD occurred at his home.
Can suck devil's dick.
The OD occurred at his home around 11 p.m. Our sources say the overdose triggered a heart attack.
I thought he came out of rehab and he was good.
Some say that he has some brain activity. Another source says he's in a vegetative state.
Jesus.
And doctors have cautioned he may not make it. Prayers up, please. I hope you make it through, DMX. We love you here.
Seriously.
A lot of people love you. You don't get that much respect among Gen Z, I guess, because we're not your generation. But we love you. The generation that you ushered in loves you. And we hope you make it, honestly.
Definitely praying for him. All right.
Oh, man.
That was a terrible note to end on.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that. We could have just...
I'm sorry. No, because I was like, Rory popped up. I'm like, I always, click on it if Rory's tweeting. And And then I was like, oh, is this like a joke about like the podcast? No, okay, let me. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But I hope he makes it. I really hope he does make it because that's really fucked up. Shows you how hard it is to get clean from drugs too. Went to rehab, did all that stuff, but I mean, that's just crazy. But anyway, you guys, Patreon. There will not be an episode this week because I can't edit the video. I don't have time. I'm gonna be in church till 3 a.m, and then we have to go to church on Sunday.
Dang, like you're gonna be there like 3 hours later.
Yeah, I might as well just fucking
sleep in the car, sleep in the car park, you know.
No, I'll just sleep in the chapel. Jesus watching over.
Remember to put your pantyhose on.
You know what this just reminded me of? What? You remember that tweet where Kanye was like, I hate when I'm sleeping at the flight and I wake up and I have a water bottle next to me, like, damn, now I have to be responsible for this water bottle. I'm like, if I fall asleep in the chapel, I'm Jesus's water bottle. Like, he just looks up and he's like, damn, now I gotta be responsible for this person.
Who left him here? Take him with you. I don't want him here.
I gotta babysit this dude.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you guys listening. We love you, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Nailed it.